If you're looking for an e-bike with a bunch of security and technology packed into it, you're not going to want to miss this one. This is the Level 3 by Aventon. Let's get into it. The Level 3 is going to come in two frames, a step over version and a step through, as you see here. And each one of those versions are going to have two colors and two sizes as well. For the step over version, your color options are going to be matte Aurora and matte black. And the recommended rider height for the regular size is going to be 5'3" to 5'10", and the large size will be 5'10" to 6'4". For the step-through version, your color options will be sandstone and glacier mint. The recommended rider height for the step-through version, the regular size will be 4'10" to 5'7", and for the large will be for riders 5'7" to 6'1". The bike weighs 67 pounds, and the total weight limit is 300 pounds. The Level 3 ships as a Class 2 e-bike. You don't have to worry about getting caught in the rain because the Level 3 is IPX6 rated. Aventon says you're going to get about 70 miles of range on this bike. I'm sure that's going to be in pedal assist level Eco on flat ground with a light rider. The battery is UL 2271 certified, and you're going to have a safety certification of UL 2849. Not only are you going to have 3 different pedal assist levels, but you'll be able to customize them and tune each one. We'll show you that a little bit later in the video. You're going to have some Kenda 27.5 inch by 2.2 inch wide tires, and they have this nice street thread on them. And I'll be honest with you, they handled really well when we were riding on the canal path. Up at the front, you're going to have coil spring suspension, 80 millimeters of travel, preload adjustment, and lockout. You're going to have an Aventon branded motor. It's 36 volts, 500 watts sustained, 864 watts at its peak, and it has 60 newton meters of torque. And I'll tell you what, we had no problems with that motor reaching our top speeds. The battery is going to be nested to the bottom of the down tube. It's a 36 volt, 20 amp hour battery with 733 watts and uses LG cells. And you can charge the battery on or off the bike. To charge it on the bike, you're just going to pull this little flap open and charge it right here. To charge it off the bike, we're going to go into our settings, scroll down to battery lock, click on it, and then once we press this, the battery is going to drop out the bottom. Show you how that happens. We'll go ahead and press it. And that battery just dropped right out of the bottom. Once it drops out, you're just going to press that lever, pull the battery out. Really simple. Down here at the bottom, you're going to have a battery strength indicator. Up at the top, you have a little handle for carrying. To reinsert the battery, just get it right back under the down tube again. Pop it right back into place just like that. And that's the bike alarm going off, letting us know the bike's been tampered with. You'll be able to charge the bike in 5 hours with the 4 amp charger. No derailleur guard, but you do get a Shimano Altus derailleur. I really like that they put this rubber protector here. It stops the chain from chipping the paint when it hits the frame. Plastic pedals with reflectors. And don't forget, this bike was designed in California by Aventon. You're going to have a torque sensor, which means this bike's going to match your pedaling efforts and you'll have a much more natural ride. And down here at the bottom is the ACU, also known as Aventon's control unit. This is basically the brains of the bike. It's where you're going to get the GPS tracking, remote lock, alarm system, the geofencing, all those kinds of things. And we'll show you a little bit more about those a little later. You don't have brake lights, but you do have tail lights that are going to stay on the whole time you have the lights on, and you'll also have turn signals left and right. And to turn the turn signal off, you just press the same button again. You're going to have Magura hydraulic disc brakes with 180 millimeter rotors. On the left side of the handlebars, you'll have your control pad and thumb throttle. And on the right side, you'll have an 8-speed Shimano trigger shifter. The seat's pretty comfortable. I like that it's wide to the back here and tapers off really good toward the front, and it's complemented well with the suspension seat post. So the feel of the handlebars is really nice. These grips are rubber. They lock to the inside so they don't move when you're riding. The handlebars are 680 millimeters across. They're fairly straight. They have a little bit of a curve here, but yeah, they're very comfortable when riding. You have an adjustable stem. I raised mine up about halfway. That's where I'm comfortable with them. Included, you're going to have plastic fenders front and rear. You also get this little extension at the bottom of both fenders, which is really nice in wet conditions. Also included is a rear rack that can carry up to 59 pounds. Integrated front headlight, and for safety I really like the fact that this bike has a through axle. On the control pad you're going to have a plus and a minus button, a left arrow, a right arrow, and a power button. And to power up the display, just long press the power button in the center. Up here you'll see that you have your 4G connection and you have communication to the app. You're going to have your battery strength indicator to the right, your speed. You'll be able to toggle through your 3 pedal assist levels, Eco, Sport, and Turbo. And the cool thing is this display shows you an estimate of how many miles you'll have left in each. So if we kept riding the way we have been, in Turbo we'll have a range of 8 miles left. In Sport, 11.1, and in Eco, 15.4. So it gives you an idea of how to ride the bike depending on the distance you still need to travel. To power up your headlight, long press the plus button. That'll power it up and your screen will dim a little bit. To power it off, just press the plus button again. If you come down here underneath the display, pop off this little cover, you'll see you have a USB charger right there. To put the bike in a walking mode, just hold down the minus button. And to get into your trip A and B, quickly press the left and right arrow key. And to exit out, just hit it again. If you quickly press the power button, you'll toggle between your odometer and the range, your average speed, max speed, total time, CO reduced, and back to your odometer. There's also a ton of different settings you can change as well. If you hold down the plus and minus button at the same time, you'll get into your settings here, and you can change a ton of stuff in these settings. You can clear your trip, lock or unlock your battery, lock or unlock your bike, display units, so you can change it between miles per hour or kilometers, your brightness, how bright the screen is, auto power off time, password protected, so you could password protect the bike, error history, which you can share any errors with tech support if they're walking you through a problem, system information, and connecting to the app. Then you'll go back up to your trip data. So there's so much you can do, and there's so many different settings you can dive into. And you're definitely going to want to download and install the Aventon app. There's so much you can do in there as well, especially being able to tune every different pedal assist level. You can slow down the speed to a slower speed if you like, so to not let it go 28 miles per hour if you have a child that you don't want to pass a certain speed. There's just so much you can do with this bike. Can't wait to share some of those other features with the app with you as well. Make sure you download that app. There's just so much you can do with it in addition to what you can do on the control display. Okay, so here we go. We are on the Level 3, and we're going to show you what this bike is all about. On the left side of the handlebars, you have your thumb throttle and your control pad. Over here on the right, you have your 8-speed Shimano trigger shifter. Let's bring the bike down here to some level ground, and we're going to pedal it just like a regular pedal bike. So we'll drop it down to, let's drop it down to gear 2. We're pedaling just like a regular pedal bike, and we're doing just fine. You see my legs moving. Let's get a feel for it with no hands. And I don't recommend anyone ride no hands. I just want to show you what it looks like and how balanced that front end is. Now we're going up a slight incline, and we're doing 12 miles an hour. We're going to come out here to the main road, and we're going to check our top speed out of the box. It should only get 20 miles per hour with pedal assist or throttle only. So let's go ahead and check that out. Let's put the bike in turbo in gear 8 and see how quick this bike goes out of the box right after this traffic goes by. So we're going to test it with pedal assist and throttle only, just the way it comes out of the box. Gear 8, pedal assist level, turbo, 9 miles an hour, 15, 18, 19, there's 20, and I can feel it back right off. Let's check our throttle only speed, 17, 18, 19, there's 20. So 20 miles per hour with pedal assist and 20 miles per hour throttle only. We'll go ahead and unlock the bike. That should allow us to be able to go 28 miles per hour while pedaling. We'll go ahead and find a nice spot in the shade where we can unlock the bike. You want to open up our Aventon app, and it's really super simple to change the speed. Just go to more settings, come down here to speed limit, and we're going to increase it to 28. You're going to get this message that says changing your e-bike to class 3 may violate local laws. You're responsible for ensuring compliance with all regulations. So we're going to say okay, continue, and now we're going to go ahead and up that speed to 28 miles per hour. So what that means is you'll be able to go 28 miles per hour with pedal assist. Casually pedaling, let's see how quick this bike gets up to top speed. So from gear 8 in turbo, let's see how this bike does just pedaling at the top speed. Okay, so here we go. 7, 11 miles an hour, 16, 20, 24, 26, 28. You can see my legs are moving. We're not killing it, we're just riding. And you could really feel it. When you put in a little effort, this bike gives you a lot of assistance. But if you're not putting in the effort, it doesn't give you much. So that's the true sense of a torque sensor. So 0 to 20 throttle only. Let's see how quick this bike goes. Here we go. 5, 12, 15, 18, 20. So 11 to 12 seconds to get to 20 miles per hour throttle only. Very smooth and steady too. There wasn't any jerkiness. It started off slow and just gradually picked up speed, nice and steady. Let's take a look at our GPS speed and see if the bike is matching the speed of the GPS. They're both doing 6, 7, 7, 8, 8, 10, 10, 11, 11, 12, 12, 13, 13, 14, 14, 15, 15. So this bike and GPS are matching each other perfectly. It just takes a second for that GPS to catch up, but spot on. We're gonna do a brake test and see how quick the level 3 stops. Each one of these parking spaces is about 9 feet. We'll test it at 20 and then top speed. Let's do it. Here we go. Let's put that baby in turbo, make it happen. First test will be at 20 miles per hour, and we'll see how this bike stops. We have Magura hydraulic disc brakes. Here we go. There's 15, 17, 19. There's 20 miles per hour, and here we go. Okay, 2.5 spaces. 2.5 spaces at 20 miles per hour. Let's get this thing up to top speed and see how good this bike stops at 28 miles per hour. If we can get there. This is as far as we can go in the parking lot. Anytime you get over that 25, it starts to get a little bit more sketchy when you're braking, but let's do it. Here we go, top speed on the level 3, 15 miles an hour, 18, there's 20, 22, 24, 25, 26, there's 26.5. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4 spaces. So 26.5 miles per hour. That's as quick as I can get it right now. There's a little bit of a headwind there, and that's almost 27 miles an hour. 2.5 spaces at 20 and 4 spaces at 27. So let me show you my pedaling posture, and you can see I'm sitting pretty straight up. These handlebars can go further out, in, or up. So there's an adjustable stem here, and I have it about halfway, it looks like. So this is where I'm comfortable, and this is my pedaling posture. I can ride one hand casually, where I can get down and ride like I'm on a trail. Let me show you the turn radius. So you can see I could also turn this bike right within a 9-foot parking space, no problem at all. And you can see you're gonna have suspension to the rear and to the front of this bike. You have front fork suspension, and to the rear, you have a suspension seat post. And the seat's pretty darn comfortable, I gotta say. Okay, let's get a feel for it out here on the field and some semi-rough terrain. So right now, the grass isn't completely cut really low, but you can see pedaling comfortably. We're in turbo, and I'm doing 10, 11, 12. I can kick it up, go quicker. 16, 18, 20, 21. So you can see we can kick it up, no problem at all, and get that bike going at a decent speed. Let's check out the throttle only and see how that does through the taller grass here. Semi-rough terrain, throttle only, doing 10, 11 miles, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So hopefully that gives you an idea. You could pedal through this stuff with pedal assist, and you can go throttle only, no problem, on some semi-rough terrain. Get up here, we're gonna hit this bump and check out this suspension. Here we go. Okay, not bad at all. And pedaling the bike hands-free, I don't recommend anyone do this. I just want to show you how stable this front end is. So we can even make that turn. Here we go. Let's make a turn hands-free. Leaning into it. We did it. Not only did we ride hands-free going on a straightaway, but we also made a turn with it. Let's go ahead and see if we can turn toward the right hands-free. Here we go. I don't recommend anyone ride no hands. I just wanted to show you how stable that front end is. Let's come off-road here a little bit. Would you ride this bike off-road? Probably not. Could you? You sure can. You could ride this bike, take it on some of these off-road paths. You do have front suspension and a suspension seat post. You'll ride over some of these knotted roots and stuff like that. Are you going to jump over logs? You're not going to. If you need to cut through a wooded area, you'll be able to do it just fine. If you really want to take a bike off-road more, get yourself the Ramblas or even the Aventon. I feel like they got a bike for everyone. The next thing I want to do is demonstrate how you can get to 20 miles per hour in eco or turbo with the torque sensor. You're just going to get there a little bit quicker and with less effort if you're in turbo. So from eco, here we go. Let's step right up on them pedals. 8 miles an hour. 10, I'm standing right up on it. 15, 17, 18, there's 20. So it looked like about 13 seconds. So 13 seconds to get to 20 miles per hour in eco. Now let's do it from turbo, and I'll show you the difference here. Okay, here we go from turbo. Here we go. Stepping right up on them pedals, 6 miles an hour. 15, 18, 20. So that was like 7 seconds. So that just goes to show you, you'll be able to get to 20 miles per hour in eco or turbo. You're just gonna get there a little quicker and with less effort in turbo. Let's see how this bike does on a hill climb. From gear 1 in eco, Let's show you how it looks like climbing up this hill. It's an eco, so we're gonna have to work for it. Yep. Eco gear 1, and we literally are standing up on them pedals. It made it up. That was a little workout. Let's go back down and try it from turbo. Okay, let's show you what it looks like going up this hill in turbo gear 1. Here we go. Not bad at all. We're not having to stand up on them pedals. We could just pedal it to the top. So that's pretty good. I want to try one more thing. This time let's try and go up on an angle and see how that does. Here we go. Turbo, gear 1, and this by far is the easiest and smoothest way to get up a hill. So we kept it in gear 1 for all the different pedal assist levels. In eco, we went straight up, and it was a workout. We actually had to stand up on the pedals. In turbo, we made it up there. We didn't have to get up off the seat, and we came up the hill. But when we were in turbo, on an angle up the hill, it was like butter, smooth as anything, and there was almost like no resistance at all. So if you see a steep hill and you have the space, going up on an angle seems like the way to go. So let's take a look at some of the settings and features the mobile app has to offer, and there's quite a few. So if you need to skip this section, I'll put a time marker up at the top of the screen so you can jump right to the final thoughts. So let's take a look at the Aventon app. You'll see that your Bluetooth is on, you have a 4G connection. This is going to show you what bike we have selected, which is the level 3. You have a power button here. You can lock the bike and unlock the bike. Turn on your headlights here as well. You can come down to more settings. Under more settings, you'll see things like the brightness of the screen that you can change. Auto power off time, we have it set to 10 minutes. So we can go ahead and change that if we wanted to. Unusual activity detected. This is one of those safety features that's amazing. If someone even touches this bike the way it's set on level 5, it's going to sound an alarm. You can change the sensitivity and kind of test it out and see what's best for you. But I like it all the way to the highest strength. So if you even just tap this bike, it sets the alarm off. It really does work, and you get notified on your phone. It's amazing. Over here, lock when powered off. If you select this option here, the bike will get locked every time you power it off. The back wheel won't move and the bike will be in its locked position. You can have your alarm on or off. We select to leave the alarm on all the time. And here's where you could change the speed of the bike. Just hitting the plus or minus button, you can increase or decrease the speed. That's really nice if you have a child, you don't want them to have access to 28 miles per hour, you could do that. You could change between miles per hour and kilometer. Here you can change your assistant level. We do it while we're pedaling with our control pad. Over here you have your ride tune. So in ride tune, you can tune each different pedal assist level to do different things. You can change the max torque, the assistance that you're getting from the bike, and the pedal response. And you could do that for eco, you could do it for sport, and you can do it for turbo. So each one of these can be changed so that you get the maximum amount out of the bike and you can tune it. This is very rare to see this on bikes, and it's really nice that Aventon has it on there. So if I wanted eco to be a little bit more peppy, I can increase the torque and make that happen. I'm gonna keep it at the default settings because I was pretty comfortable just the way it was. You have your updates, so you can check here for any firmware updates and make sure that the bike is up to date and we're good there. You could back up and restore. You can clear the bike's password if you made one. Here you're going to have information on the bike, SIM card information. This is because the bike has a 4G connection. Then you have your security verification here. You can put the bike into lost mode. The security features on this bike are truly amazing. You can put the bike in transport mode. This is so when you have it on a back rack and you're traveling, the alarm's not going to keep going off on you and you'll constantly get notifications on your phone. You could even put a geofence around your bike. Just click the plus button. You can make it different shapes and you can drag them to different areas if you want to change the area that you want to geofence. Like if you're on the other side of that canal, you don't need to have it geofenced over there. And you can just kind of move them around to the direction that you want and set your own geofence area. This is really a cool feature to have as well. We'll go ahead and exit back out. And then about my bike. If you click here, it shows you all the information, your model number, serial number, purchase date, all the information you need about the bike. Wouldn't be a bad idea to take a screenshot and have this saved somewhere so you know what they all are. If you click here, you'll see your battery percent, charge cycle, voltage, keeps you informed. There's going to be your quick setting for your Eco, Tour, and Sport. This is going to show you exactly where your bike is located. So this is really nice because if someone did grab your bike and picked it up and took it, you can still find where they are. This is us here and it's showing us our location. You'll be able to see things like your max speed, total calories, average speed, total CO reduced. If you select the dealer's button, you can go ahead and find a local dealer that could service your bike. That's always nice. Maintenance, if you click that, it shows you your maintenance cycle. There's just so much in here. Diagnostics, you can share this information with tech support if they're helping you troubleshoot. And then you have a help button there as well, and you can search information. If we go down here to the very bottom, you can record a ride. So if you record a ride, you just hit go and it's going to record your ride wherever you are. This is exactly where we are right now, next to the canal. Once we hit start and start moving, it'll keep track of our ride, log it for us so we can use that same path. So this is nice if you want to share a path or you want to go back to the same path or ride that you did in the past. That's really a nice feature to have as well. We'll end the ride. So if you come down here to Discover, you'll see there's other rides from people that recorded them previously, and you can select one that's in your area and check that ride out. So this person went 10.5 miles and it shows the information, how fast, and you can track all this information as well and share it with others. So it's a really interactive, cool app. There's so much that you can do. If you hit me down here, you'll see we have our 10-day medal, and you'll increase them as you go, 100-day, 165. Click in here and it'll show you different days, different miles, and different milestones you make, so you can keep track of those. So there's so much you can do in this app. It's really getting into it, using it, and having fun with it. What are some of my final thoughts? I like the smoother tires on this style bike, especially when you're riding on pavement and some gravel trails like we did today. And I like the fact that this 500 watt hub motor has a lot of power. I like the fact that the headlight's up toward the top of the bike. You don't have to reach down when you're riding to adjust it. That it comes with fenders front and rear. I like the fact that the bike comes with a back rack and integrated front and rear lights, hydraulic disc brakes, locking hand grips. I really like the fact that this has a torque sensor as well, the front suspension, and the fact that you can lock it out. I like the fact that the bike comes with a adjustable stem, a suspension seat post, and the Aventon app is just getting better and better. One of the biggest things I like is the technology and security that they put into this bike. If someone were to steal your bike, you'd be able to find out what location the bike is. In addition to that, you'll be notified. So there's an alarm anytime the bike is moved, and you can set the sensitivity on that alarm. So if maybe someone just bumps it, it won't notify you, but if they go to roll it or move it, they will. I actually set the sensitivity high, so if you even touch this bike, bump into it anyway, it's gonna notify me that the bike's being tampered with. There's geofencing, so you could put a geofence around this bike. And the fact that you can lock it, that back wheel, you can go into the display, lock that rear wheel, so if someone goes to roll it, it won't move, and you can do it from the app as well. And you could also set it in the settings to lock that rear wheel every time you turn the bike off. And that's what I would recommend. Every time you turn the bike off, let that back wheel be locked, and then you don't have to worry about it. Then when you come out, you just unlock it and you go on your way. This way you don't forget and leave it unlocked if you ran into a store or something. The only way someone's gonna be able to take this bike with that rear wheel locked is if they carry it. I don't see many people carrying bikes down the road. And if they did, you'll find them with the GPS locator, which is pretty awesome. So I really like the technology and security that Aventon put on these bikes. That's one of the things that help make your decision of what's gonna make me select this bike over something else. And the fact that you have those features is oftentimes enough to help you make that decision. So there's a lot of things that I like about this bike, and Aventon seems to keep adding technology that makes a difference on these bikes, and that's important, and you want to see that from an e-bike company. There's very few that do that. Okay, we're pretty close to home, and 6% battery. Let's hit that 40-mile mark here. That would be nice. Still have some usable power. Not a lot, but we still have some. And if we didn't, you could pedal this bike, folks. It's not very difficult to keep this bike rolling, even without battery power. And there it is, 40 miles, and I think we're down to 5% of our battery. I'm gonna call it there, and we rode this bike hard. So I'm 255 pounds, so you know, if I'm gonna get 40 miles riding this bike hard, someone later will definitely get way more. And I could have went way more conservative. And I don't think we hardly used deco at all. I might have used it once when we were doing a pedal assist level test. So if you're interested in purchasing a level 3 for yourself, there'll be links in the description for you to do so. It really supports the channel when you use them, and we certainly appreciate it when you do. So thanks for watching, ride safe, have fun, see ya.